Are you taking magnesium supplements? In this video, I'm going to reveal the most dangerous magnesium supplement that nobody is talking about and why it could be doing more harm than good. You absolutely have to know this before you take another dose. Hey everyone, and welcome to ReVitaMen. Today, we're diving deep into the world of magnesium supplements. We're going to cover the different types, what to look for, and what to avoid. But make sure you stick around until the end because the #1 most dangerous form of magnesium is something that shocked even me when I discovered it. And I guarantee it will change the way you shop for supplements forever. All right, let's not waste any time. One of the biggest dangers that most people don't realize, and we're starting with a huge one right off the bat, is magnesium oxide. Now, you might be thinking, wait, isn't that one of the most common forms? And you'd be absolutely right. That's exactly what makes it so dangerous. Let me explain why this is so critical. Magnesium oxide has one of the lowest absorption rates of any magnesium supplement on the market. We're talking about only 4 to 5% bioavailability. That means if you're taking a 500 milligram capsule of magnesium oxide, your body is only absorbing around 20 to 25 milligrams. The rest? It's just passing through your system. And here's where it gets worse. Because it's so poorly absorbed, it acts as a powerful laxative. This can lead to severe digestive distress, dehydration, and electrolyte imbalances. If you can just avoid this one form of magnesium, you'll already be ahead of 90% of people taking supplements. And if you thought that was concerning, you have no idea what's coming. The final form of magnesium we'll cover is even more dangerous because it's being marketed as a premium supplement and people are paying top dollar for something that could actually harm them. But we'll get to that in just a minute. Okay, moving on to the next problematic form, which is magnesium sulfate, also known as Epsom salt. Now, Epsom salt is fantastic for topical use. Taking a bath with Epsom salt can be incredibly relaxing and beneficial for sore muscles. But here's the problem. Some people are taking it orally as a supplement, and this is a major mistake. When you ingest magnesium sulfate, it has an extremely powerful laxative effect. In fact, it's so strong that it's actually used medically to prepare patients for colonoscopies. If you're taking this regularly as a supplement, you're putting yourself at serious risk for chronic diarrhea, severe dehydration, and potentially dangerous mineral depletion. Your body needs a delicate balance of electrolytes, and magnesium sulfate taken orally disrupts that balance dramatically. Next up is magnesium carbonate. This is another form that you'll find in a lot of cheap over-the-counter supplements. The problem with magnesium carbonate is similar to magnesium oxide. It has poor bioavailability, usually around 30% at best, but here's what makes it particularly problematic. It requires a lot of stomach acid to break down. If you're someone who takes antacids, has low stomach acid, or is over the age of 50, your ability to absorb magnesium carbonate drops even further. What ends up happening is you're taking the supplement thinking you're getting your daily magnesium, but in reality, you're getting a fraction of what you need, and the unabsorbed portion is causing gas, bloating, and digestive discomfort. It's a lose-lose situation. You're not getting the benefits, and you're experiencing uncomfortable side effects.
Another common one is magnesium hydroxide, which you might recognize as the active ingredient in milk of magnesia. Just like magnesium sulfate, this form is primarily used as a laxative. The pharmaceutical industry knows this, which is why it's the main ingredient in over-the-counter constipation relief products. But some supplement manufacturers include it in their formulations, and consumers don't realize what they're actually taking. The problem with using magnesium hydroxide as a daily supplement is that you're training your digestive system to depend on it. Over time, your natural bowel function can become sluggish without it. You're essentially creating a dependency on a laxative effect, rather than supporting your body's natural magnesium levels. This is not the path to optimal health. Now let's talk about magnesium glutamate and magnesium aspartate. These are two forms that are sometimes combined in supplements, and they come with their own set of concerns. Glutamate and aspartate are both excitatory neurotransmitters. In excessive amounts, they can overstimulate neurons, potentially leading to what's called excitotoxicity. For most people taking normal doses, this isn't an immediate concern. But if you're someone who is sensitive to MSG, has neurological conditions, or is dealing with anxiety or sleep issues, These forms of magnesium could actually make your symptoms worse instead of better. The irony is that people often take magnesium to help with sleep and relaxation, but if they're taking it in the glutamate or aspartate form, they might be working against their own goals. Let's discuss magnesium chloride for a moment. This form has better absorption than oxide or carbonate, so it might seem like a decent choice. However, magnesium chloride has a very distinct metallic, bitter taste that many people find intolerable. More importantly, when taken in higher doses, it can cause significant stomach upset and diarrhea. While it's not as problematic as some of the other forms we've discussed, it's definitely not the optimal choice, especially when there are much better alternatives available. Another issue we need to address is the quality and purity of magnesium supplements in general. The supplement industry is notoriously underregulated. Many cheap magnesium supplements contain fillers, binders, and additives that can cause allergic reactions or digestive issues. Some products have been found to contain heavy metal contamination, including lead, arsenic, and cadmium. This is particularly common in supplements manufactured overseas with poor quality control standards. When you're buying the cheapest magnesium supplement on the shelf, you're gambling with your health. You might be getting very little actual magnesium, and you could be exposing yourself to harmful contaminants. This is why it's crucial to buy from reputable brands that do third-party testing and provide certificates of analysis. Let's also talk about dosing, because this is where a lot of people get into trouble. The recommended dietary allowance for magnesium is about 320 milligrams per day for women and 420 milligrams per day for men. However, many supplements contain 500 milligrams or more per serving. When you take too much magnesium, especially in poorly absorbed forms, your body has to deal with all that excess. The most common result is diarrhea, which then leads to further mineral losses, including the loss of the very magnesium you were trying to supplement in the first place. It becomes a vicious cycle. You take more magnesium because you're deficient, but the form you're taking causes diarrhea, which makes you more deficient, so you take even more. This is a trap that thousands of people fall into without realizing it.
Another danger that's rarely discussed is the interaction between magnesium supplements and medications. Magnesium can interfere with the absorption of certain antibiotics, particularly tetracyclines and fluoroquinolones. It can also interact with bisphosphonates, which are used to treat osteoporosis. If you're taking blood pressure medications, magnesium can enhance their effects, potentially causing your blood pressure to drop too low. The problem is that most people don't think to mention their supplements to their doctors, and many doctors don't ask about them. This creates a dangerous gap where drug interactions can occur without anyone realizing it until symptoms develop. And the second-to-last danger on our list is another incredibly important one that I see people falling victim to constantly: synthetic magnesium stearate used as a filler in tablets and capsules. Now, magnesium stearate itself is a form of magnesium combined with stearic acid, and manufacturers use it as a flowing agent to help pills and capsules move smoothly through production machinery. Here's the problem. Magnesium stearate can create a coating in your intestines that actually prevents the absorption of nutrients, including the very magnesium you're trying to take. Studies have shown that tablets with high amounts of magnesium stearate can take longer to dissolve and release their active ingredients. Some tablets with excessive amounts of magnesium stearate have been found completely intact in people's stool. They took the pill, it went right through them without breaking down, and they got zero benefit from it. But it gets worse. Much of the magnesium stearate used in supplements is derived from hydrogenated oils, which means it may contain trans fats. We know that trans fats are terrible for cardiovascular health, yet they're hidden in supplements that people take every single day thinking they're doing something good for their health. Additionally, some magnesium stearate is derived from genetically modified crops, which is a concern for people trying to avoid GMOs. This is something I see in almost every cheap supplement on the market, and it's sabotaging your results. You're paying for a supplement, but the filler they're using is actively working against the absorption of that supplement. It's absolutely mind-blowing when you think about it. And now the moment you've been waiting for. The #1 most dangerous magnesium supplement that nobody is talking about is chelated magnesium with EDTA. Now, I know what you're thinking. Chelated magnesium is supposed to be one of the good forms, right? And normally you'd be correct. Chelation is a process that binds magnesium to amino acids or other organic compounds to improve absorption. But here's the critical distinction.
Some manufacturers use EDTA, which stands for ethylene diamine tetraacetic acid, as the chelating agent. EDTA is a synthetic compound that's used in chelation therapy to remove heavy metals from the body. While this sounds good in theory, when you take EDTA regularly as part of a magnesium supplement, it doesn't just bind to magnesium. It binds to other essential minerals too, including calcium, zinc, iron, and copper, and removes them from your body. Long-term use of EDTA chelated supplements can lead to severe mineral deficiencies. You might be taking it to correct a magnesium deficiency, but you're simultaneously creating deficiencies in multiple other essential minerals. The symptoms of these deficiencies can include fatigue, weakened immunity, bone loss, anemia, and neurological problems. The most disturbing part is that this form of magnesium is often marketed as a premium high-absorption formula, and it's priced accordingly. People are paying extra money thinking they're getting the best possible supplement, when in reality they're taking something that could cause serious long-term health problems. This is why reading labels and understanding what you're actually putting into your body is so incredibly important.
So there you have it, the most dangerous magnesium supplements that you need to avoid. We covered magnesium oxide and its terrible absorption rate, magnesium sulfate and hydroxide and their powerful laxative effects, the issues with glutamate and aspartate forms, the problems with magnesium stearate as a filler, and of course, the most dangerous one, EDTA chelated magnesium that can strip your body of essential minerals. Now, I have a question for you. Were you taking any of these forms of magnesium before watching this video? Be honest and let me know in the comments below. I read every single one, and I'd love to hear about your experiences. If you got value from this video, do me a huge favor and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss the next one.